What drink is both bitter and sweet? Reality. Hey, welcome back to the Papahood podcast. We're talking about reality. What do dads do for their kids? Stupid question. Insignificant question. They provide, they protect. Simple, Steve. Duh. But let's go a little deeper in that. I was talking to a kid from a college program that I work with, and the kid said something very interesting. He said, my parents don't want me to pursue a particular interest that he or she had. So he asked me, is it okay if you talk to my dad? I was taken aback by that. But I said, all right, if your dad is open for it, why not? So why don't you check with dad and get back to me? So he did a couple of days later. And he said, Steve, this is my dad's number. Can you please give him a call? He's open to talk. So I spoke to the dad. And I asked him, what's happening? Right? This is what the kid tells me. And he said, Steve, I'm trying to tell him that although he's been pursuing this particular interest of his, he wants to make it his career, by the way. He's not good at it. And I can see that, and all the people who are involved with him in that field are trying to tell him. But he doesn't want to listen. So what do? He gets angry. The kid is about 18 years old. He says, he gets angry because I'm trying to tell him not to pursue it and instead of that, spend time and energy in other areas that you're really good at. And this is apart from his college education, by the way. So I spoke to the child again. And this time, the kid had a different take. He said, I know dad is telling me this, but hearing it from you makes some sense. I think about a month and a half went by, and then both of them, and one of the kids sent me a picture, basically of both of them sitting down having a meal and saying, Steve, we sorted this out. That's lovely. But dads sometimes are tasked with not just provide and protect. There's so much more out there, right? Starting off with your education and the choice of career that you make. Dads and parents and moms and people around you see what you are good at. They can sense through experience, I guess, what can really help you. And I'm sure today's parents, a lot of them, don't force their children into doing a particular task or a particular career, choosing a particular career or an education stream, right? Like we sometimes had. Well, not blaming our folks. But that's one, job of a especially a dad, to break the bad news, to have that difficult conversation. The other one, I think dads really do a lot these days, and I think fathers have been doing this since time memorial. Parents on the whole, but dads, I think, a little bit more because they have that providing thing that has to happen, again, societal norms. But think about it. Dads have to be that safety net for their kids. He has to build that safety net, some shape or the other, while providing everything else the child needs. It's not easy. It takes a toll, some point or the other. So the options that a dad has to mess up, slip up, make a bad choice, make a bad decision is very, very narrow. But yet we are human. Yet we go through all those pains and sufferings that we sometimes have to. So, but dads also do another thing, and I've seen this a lot among some fathers that I have, so I could be biased here. They allow for children to take risks. Although they know that the implication of that, the consequences of that decision, of that risk-taking, can be very high on themselves. But they allow it. my goodness, when I see that happening, and I've done that too, it's a huge, huge, huge plus when I see dads doing it. The other one that dads do really, really well is help kids manage their emotions. Speaking with dads, this is something that I found a lot because they help the child identify what emotion they're going through. Now, please remember, in some parts of our country, in some circles, in some homes, men can't show emotion. Boys don't cry. Man up. We've been told that from a young age. So emotions, we know like 4 emotions. How are you? I'm fine, I'm good, all is well, whatever. ठीक है यार, चलता है. We hear that often enough. But identifying that right emotion is not something that dads can do very well. So they have to train themselves and help their kids identify and manage those emotions. So there we go. But there are so many things that dads do, right? And they motivate you, they have to reprimand you, obviously, when you go out of line and do something that maybe is not part of their value system. And there's no right or wrong, but think about it. It's not provide and protect only. There's so much more. And if you are close by to a dad, if you're a dad, if you're a mom, if you're a child who has a dad, look around. Identify what else dad does apart from this. Right? And, well, give him a hug. He could use it. Remember, the 20-second hug, very important. 20 seconds, oxytocin released in the body, the love hormone pumping and working, helps release stress, relieve stress, and, well, helps you too. So go for it, wherever you are. Thank you for watching. Share love, subscribe, spread the word. Thank you very much.